And welcome back, everyone, to What If, Part 8, I believe we're on, 8 of What If Naruto had befriended Kurama early. Last time, I had to wrap things up pretty quick. Battery was dying on my computer, but I did get mostly where I wanted to be in the chapter. So ultimately, Naruto learned the Rasengan, and he's shocked Tsunade with just how well he had the ability to manipulate his chakra, and had control over the Fox's chakra. Also, Itachi and Kasame kind of came and went. Yeah, I don't think there's anything I need to really brush up on. You guys have been having comments and conversations in the comment section on the topics I would probably bring up. I will just say to end my thoughts on the idea of Shikaku not being stronger than equal to Kurama. I think that got misinterpreted. I don't think he's equal to Kurama, but the argument that one of you guys is making is that he trains to improve himself, so that makes him stronger. And improve himself. Look, I raised the question if the tail beast actually trained. The problem is, and maybe you've read some supplementary material that says that's what he does. I have never once heard that Shikaku trains. So I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying I haven't heard that. I've not heard of any of the tail beasts actually training. So that's why I wondered if tail beasts actually do that. Swallowing some ice. Got a sore throat. It's like you're probably saying, dude, that's terrible for your teeth. Oh, I know, but damn it, but I don't love crunching ice cubes. We all like to crunch ice cubes, let's be honest. And honestly, that's really helping, particularly with the type of sore my throat is. It's a very specific type of sore. It's like right there, not back here, like a lot of sore throat, but like literally right there. And it's actually more like physically painful, like I got hit there, instead of being like sore, like a raspiness or something like that. I'm wondering if I might have like I'm having like a mild allergic reaction, but I don't know that for certain. I can still breathe. I'm not struggling in that capacity. I can still drink and eat fine. And as long as I really don't cough at all, it's not that bad. Laughing's a little painful too. But as long as I don't cough very hard, it's not that bad. I don't know. I think I just strained myself because when I was like lifting stuff at work this day, I found that if I was like bent over, I actually could feel it. So maybe I just strained myself in a way. I digress. You don't care about that. You care to hear about fiction being brought to life. And so they make their way. So ultimately, they make their way back to Konoha. And Tsunade has agreed, due to a bet with Jiraiya, to be the 5th Hokage. She's agreed to this. She's not overly looking forward to it, but it deals the deal. And Naruto is slowly kind of persuading her viewpoints on things. Unfortunately, one of the things that's really problematic here for her character is that she still has that fear of blood. That's still there. But it's something that she still could get over given enough time, circumstances, all that. They all make it back to the village, and sure enough, she goes, awakens Kakashi. Sasuke's fine, as we established, he is fine already. And Naruto also asks, hey, could you look at my friend, Tsunade, if it's all right? And now, I think while she finds him endearing, I think Naruto is a little smart enough to know that he still does not want to take a hit from her at all. And she could very well take his head off if she wasn't careful. I think he's showing at least a little bit more respect. Like, come on, Granny Tsunade. It's like, sorry. Just could you look at my friend? Fine. And her and Lee, she looks over Lee and she gives him the prognosis. This isn't going to be good. It's like, but Lee's determination, just as it did in the original, especially when it says, because to be a splendid ninja, that's my dream. And she's just, stunned by this, that revelation, just as she is there. And it's like she smiles, seeing not just Naruto in that face, but also Nawaki-dan. She sees the third in there. She even sees Jiraiya's goofy mug. She just sees all this hope and dreams brimming in this generation, and she can't help but feel a little bit infectious from it. And so she works to help him recover. Now, there's no Sasuke retrieval arc here. Jiraiya says, look, kid, it's going to be a little bit, but we're going to be going on a training trip for a little while. How long? 3 years at least. 2.5, maybe 3 years. Like, what? But my friends know that you want to get stronger for the Akatsuki, right, kid? And you may be able to access the Fox Chakra and admittedly use it pretty well. She's got a lot of training beyond that to do. And that's what this is going to be for. to prepare you for everything that's going to come later down the road. It's like, how long do you think it'll be? And admittedly, Jiraiya would have still be like having to prep for that, because he, even after Naruto got out of the hospital, they didn't just immediately leave. There was still some time in between that, even if it was just a day. So I imagine it's still going to take a couple weeks, maybe, for them to be leaving. And as it stands right now, Kabuto is not going to be trying to go after Sasuke. He's going to keep the Sound 4 with him. He's the one currently heading the operation. He does have Orochimaru's DNA available in the hideout, but he doesn't have, say, the White Snake. And then he probably even took Orochimaru's body or came in and swiped it, whatever. He took his body. So, I don't know, maybe he could access that form. Regardless, he's going to be spending his time researching and ultimately, getting stronger. And so Naruto spends time just recovering a little bit from the train. Well, not even recovering, just relaxing a bit, practicing what he can without scaring people. Now, someone did say that they felt that I had the villagers be a little too okay with the fox chakra and stuff like that. And that even like Iruka, who says, oh, just not the fox, and then uses the fox's chakra, they felt that maybe I didn't play that out properly. And to be fair, I could see that, but with Iruka, first and foremost, because Naruto it's like Yusuke gaining his access to his demons. I'm still the same old Yusuke. Yusuke Urameshi, fighter for the good and all that. I'd see it kind of like that with Iruka. As for the villagers, Naruto already showed off Fox Chakra in the Chunin exams in canon, and yet the villagers still cheered for him when he won the match. Whether or not people saw him as the Nine-Tails still is up for debate. Whether or not people are afraid of him is another thing entirely. I think more than anything, a lot of the villagers saw him just more as the troublemaker at that point. And maybe there were definitely still people who saw him as the Nine-Tails, especially the ninja who recognized that chakra. But the fact is, the people cheered. And yeah, I don't see any reason why they would be any different towards Naruto here. Especially because he's not really flexing that chakra in any extreme capacity. When he trains, he's got the thirst for mission. When he's in an area where they're not going to be able to just sense him right out the gate. So I don't see that happening. What I can see happening, though, to just round out everything before he leaves, is seeing his friends hanging out. Naruto and Sasuke have a straight-out duel with each other under special supervision from Kakashi and Jiraiya. So I'm curious to see this, too. And they duke it out. Naruto said, yeah, I'm not going to use the Fox Chakra. I want to see just how strong I am compared to you, Sasuke. You're on, dweeb. And they're going toe-to-toe. And Sasuke immediately has the edge. With Sharingan and everything, he has the edge over Naruto. Naruto certainly can compensate with clones. He can, if you want to, he can use the Fox Chakra, but Naruto is quickly realizing, I'm not going to be able to beat him like this. But he still is able to create the Rasengan at very minimum to scare him. He's like, what the heck is that jutsu? And then it's like, oh, wait a minute, are those two about to... But Naruto just poof, kind of slams it down. So yeah, he just slams it down, just hits the ground and causes a crater and smokes. Like, what the hell? And then Naruto's able to kind of get one up on Sasuke. Sasuke, though, does quickly just create the fire fist, if you will, in his hand, just boom, singe Naruto, kind of punt him back. And Naruto's just like, oh man, all right, I give. It's like, damn it, I wanted to try harder, but try harder. I guess I can't beat you without the Fox Chakra right now. It's like, well, it looks like you're the one who's got still got some growing to do. Just wait, Sasuke. When I get back from this train trip, you're gonna be wishing I didn't have the Fox. You're gonna be wishing I used the Fox Chakra just so you'd have an excuse when you lose. I look forward to it. And so but they have a good handshake, friends, all that. But last but not least, let's say a couple days before Naruto's getting ready to leave, he meets up again. He's at Ichiraku and he senses someone coming, and he realizes, hey, oh, hi, Hinata. No, Naruto, hi. And, so you want to get some food? He's like, sure, certainly. And they're sitting there, and they're chatting and everything like that. And Naruto says, yeah, I haven't seen you in a while, but I've been meaning to I want to tell you before I left. Left? Yeah, I'm going on a training mission. Really? For how long? It's very sad, at least 2.5, maybe 3 years. You're going to be gone that long? And Naruto's a little bummed when he says that, too, because he realizes, yeah, I'm going to be gone that long. And yeah, it's like, oh, well, I hope you get, I know you'll get stronger no matter. And I promise I won't slack either. I'll get stronger too. course, you're awesome, Hinata. And she blushes. And they finish the food. And he's like, you want to take a walk? And he's like, yeah, sure. And they're walking through like an area, just kind of like enjoying each other's company. And every once in a while, their hands brush against each other, and they're just like, oh. But Naruto, and finally, one of them, in this case, Hinata, gets up enough courage to ask about the night prior before the training is about that night. The night. Oh, that. Yeah. I just I didn't want you to think that I was being too forward or anything. I just it's like no, nothing. And it's clear at this point now that Naruto's clearly got feelings for Hinata, or at least he's caught feelings for Hinata. Hinata caught those things a long time ago. Girls develop faster than boys, but I just want you to know. And then Hinata's like, and Naruto can see the look in his face. And unlike in the original, by the way, we were watching the tuning exams last night, the written test, and I'm seeing Hinata say, she's okay, but why does she always get weird when I'm around? And my girlfriend and I are going like, oh, you poor sweet summer child. You're so dense, were you? You were as dense as the writers made you. That is the correct answer. But here, because he's already been kind of feeling the feels a little bit too for Hinata and having known her, he now can put it, the hamster caught the rat caught the cheese in the wheel. It's like, wait, Hinata, do you like me? And she's now just beat red. And like, but she's like, he's asking me the question. Say yes. It's like, no, I mean, look, I'm not trying to be forward or anything. It's just, I clearly got some sort of thought, there was something about that night, and I've never really thought about you in that way. Not because I wouldn't want to think about it now. He's starting to get a little bit about that way. It's never occurred to me. And the fox said, hey, give me that hand here. It's like, no, this is hilarious. I'm going to keep watching you bury your hole. It's like, it's like, Hinata, you're one of the only people who's ever accepted me for me, even when you knew about the fox. I don't know how to even begin to describe what that means to me, and what your friendship means to me, and what you mean to me. And he kind of actually grabs her hand a little bit, and now she's just, like she's about to pass. I was like, no, Naruto, and Violator kind of, and they kind of just finally lean in and just. They finally have just the cute kiss, just a kiss. Nothing amazing, nothing intense or anything, but because they're still only like 13. But they have a kiss, and then she's beat red. And she's like, I kissed him. I kissed Naruto. I kissed him. And Naruto's also blushing. I kissed Hinata, and it's like her lips were so soft, and so his brain's starting to shut it. Easy, kid. You still got her. She's still right there. It's like, right. And, so, I mean, we won't have a lot of time, but when I get back in 3 years, can I take you out on a real date? And Hinata's blushing again, but this time it's happened, so she's actually able to stay conscious. I would like that. And so, they leave the forest. They're holding hands, and so they're more or less an item now. If you hate that, tough. Because there are people who don't like Naruhina. I get that. But it was the pairing that they ended up in the original, and I don't deviate from the original unless there's some logic behind deviation. Regardless, though, the day comes, his friends see him off, including Hinata, and Sakura and Sasuke are both like, oh, Hinata's here. Oh, I mean, they have been friends for a while. Wait, that look between them is a little different. And both Sasuke and Sakura are actually kind of like, wait, you don't think... And Sasuke got his Sharingan activated. She's checking... It's like, hold on, I'm looking at their facial... I'm like, yeah, I think they figured it out. It's like, oh, that's so sweet. Good for them. And anyway, they leave for their training mission. Now, the 3 years of training for Naruto. Because Jiraiya spent so much time trying to focus on the Nine Tails, it begs the question, what gets focused on here? Well, definitely a part of the training would still be the Nine Tails, but Naruto being able to freely access it. It's not about accessing the power so much as just training with the power. That being said, Naruto also, knowing the Rasengan, practices different sides of Rasengan, thanks to the Fox chakra. Excuse me. I do believe Jiraiya would add elemental transformation in there, teaching him the wind release, ultimately developing the Rasen Shuriken. I also fully believe Sage Mode is on the table here. Like, there's not much else Jiraiya would be able to teach him beyond. I mean, he could teach him a lot, really, but a lot of Winjutsu could be added on there. And I think that'd be the main one to focus on, as well as finally figuring out the Tail Beast Bomb. Sage Jutsu, I think, is on the table, and I think because of just how fast he got originally, I think he'd get it just as fast here. I think he would even encourage Jiraiya to be like, "Hey, come on, you don't need you can do it too, right?" I could do it, but it takes a little bit more effort. And he shows off that he looks more Toad-like, and it's like, wow. And so and Shima's like, "So the young one's better than you at it, Jiraiya. Of course, if you ever bothered to finish your training, you'd be able to do it too." And so it's like, it's a good point. I mean, I'm here. So Jiraiya probably finishes his training. Now, someone did bring up something that I forgot to consider. But thank you for bringing it up because I can use it in this training arc. At some point, I want to say maybe with like 6 months left, they find their way to the Uzumaki Shrine. Now, someone had asked me, is Naruto going to be able to... Did Minato tell them about the other half of Kurama and where to find and how to get it? First off, we are assuming a lot that Minato knew about that mask and what it does. But seeing as he was taught Uzumaki sealing techniques by Kushina, it stands to reason he probably did know about that shrine and probably did know about the mask. So they go in there and they are looking around. They find the mask they need. Jiraiya is like, "Okay, kid. So we got it, but we're gonna need to figure out a way to actually use it properly." Because if I remember correctly, the way that mask worked is you put it on, and you summon the Reaper, and then you cut open the Reaper's stomach, and it releases the souls. Now, with using Edo Tensei, that's easy. But the thing is, Kurama's other half isn't just sealed in the Reaper. It's sealed in Minato, who is then sealed in the Reaper. So, well, actually, no, technically Minato's not. Yes, no, who is sealed in the Reaper. That's right. Because he used the Reaper Death Seal. So, yeah, it's sealed in him, and he is sealed in the... So they don't just have to get the Fox. They have to somehow release Minato, then get the Fox out of Minato. And without knowing Edo Tensei, that's not easy to do. Fortunately, though, Jiraiya is a seal master. So I imagine there are ways and avenues they can figure this out. They could possibly there might be a way to use some sort of fake corpse doll or something like that. I believe there are jutsu that work that way, or a puppet to temporarily put Minato's soul chakra into something. Ultimately, it takes some finagling, but they do ultimately figure it out. And now, the logic behind it, again, seals can do a lot. So manipulation of seals, chakra, having a fake body, it's not impossible. The fake Minato, who probably, I imagine, would look something like Crow did in the Chunin exams, this sort of dead-eyed Chunin or whatever, dead-eyed Minato, but he can still see and interact with the world. He's looking at us like, "Oh, I'm back. So, you guys finally figured out how to do it. It's good to see you again, Minato. Good to see you too, Sensei. And Naruto, my God, you've gotten so big. Oh, I can't remember the last time I saw you." And it's like, "Well, you were in my seal." It's like, technically speaking, a little portion of me was. And I do have some vague memories of that, but not a lot. I mean, look how big you are now. Oh, my God. And then he gets a little serious. "So I take it you finally are here to do what I mentioned in the seal. Take the other half." It's like, yeah. Kurama's itching to be restored all this time, restored full power for a while now. Well, you're in luck. You're in luck. I know just the way to do it. And through seal manipulation, bonding it with Naruto, the Nine Tails taking all his chakra back, Naruto has gained all of the Nine Tails' chakra, which now makes him one of the strongest SOBs in the entire Naruto verse at this point in time. Honestly, there is very few people in the Naruto world right now who would be able to do anything to him. Obito, sure, but he would have to probably get his war buff to be able to stand a chance. And even then, Naruto tricked him and was able to hit him with a Rasengan and the Kamui dimension. So there's that. Eight gate guy definitely could probably put up a fight. Kakashi's Kamui could do something if he managed to hit Naruto. If he managed to hit him. A isn't going to be able to beat him. Madara probably, yes, could take him, but Madara's not around right now. I'm talking about right now. Pain and Itachi are like the two big ones. Kasame is up for debate too, but now Naruto has a fully realized, tail beast form. So if you did like a tail beast chakra ball, Samahata is kind of SOL. There's only so much chakra that thing can absorb. It probably would absorb some of it, but it's so dense that it would just blow a Samahata away. Itachi, someone made the argument that Itachi's Susanoo could seal the Tosca Blade, could seal Naruto, or steal the chakra of the fox. That's debatable, because what it does is it seals you in a dreamlike realm. That's what the Tosca Blade does. It is a blade of sealing, yes, but it's not designed. I mean, I don't know if he'd be able to pick the fox out of Naruto, or if it would just be Naruto who gets sealed. Keep in mind, too, he would still have to hit Naruto. And Naruto's now moving well beyond light speeds in this form. So I don't see that being likely. Otherwise he's going to avoid Amaterasu, can neg Tsukuyomi thanks to being a perfect Jinchuriki. So, yes, he's not happening. And Pain started to struggle with an 8 tails. Half complete 8 tails, 9 tail form. So Pain, as strong as he is, I don't think would be able to do much. So, the remaining 6 months are underway. Naruto again trains with his Fox Chakra, and he comes back to the village, ultimately with his Sage Cloak, because I don't think he's earned a Sage Cloak. And say, I'm back, Konoha! Naruto's a monkey is here! Your next Hokage! Alright, you could probably say, alright, I'm probably stronger than you at this point, Granny, so I should probably be, you can just step aside and I'll take that seat. Nah, he's not going to be that callous. But Sakura does say, Naruto, it's you, Sakura! Wow, you've grown so much. You haven't changed a bit, Sakura. She just goes dead eye on him. His Konoha, hey, boss, check this out. Poof. Gaara, come on, you gotta try other jutsu besides childish jutsu like that. Now check this out, my brand new sexy jutsu. And she still smacks him. He's like, killing intent, too slow. So regardless, they would test Naruto out like they did originally. Naruto passes with flying colors, just like the rest of them do. Sasuke is also a Jonin. I could fully see that happening. I see Gaara still being the Kazekage and still getting kidnapped. And yeah, really not much would change. Sasuke and Naruto, though, would still be like, I look forward to seeing what you bring to the table now, dweeb. Same here, duck butt. Regardless, we'll end with the Gaara retrieval arc. Naruto will go and he explains how he's a Jinchuriki just like Gaara, and he understands the pain that he went through, at least to some degree. And so they wind up, Chio attacks, Naruto blocks. Great. Itachi shows up, the fake Itachi, and is like, I will be taking the Nine Tails with me. And say, I'm not, you really think I'm going anywhere with you? Don't look into his eyes. And Sasuke's like, don't look into his eyes. That's how he casts his Genjutsu. Oh, so that's right, Sasuke. You know, don't you? Oh, yeah, but I have a question. Itachi. And Kakashi gets right to, how much of your eyesight have you lost? And so but I don't need my eyes. I can cast Genjutsu with this finger alone. And it's like, great, but I am a perfect Jinchuriki. You know I'm a perfect Jinchuriki, right? I can your Genjutsu just won't, he just, or whatever it does, whatever the sound would be, won't work regardless of me. I see, that is problematic. And quickly they take down the fake Itachi clone. Naruto could go ahead, but he's not going to because he's with his group. And even still, my guy's team has to basically release the seals. Gaara is near death. Naruto is freaking out and immediately just ends Deidara's escape plan because he just immediately goes into Fox Chakra mode, just swipes and he just does a quick hand sign. It's like crescent arc. What's that crescent arc? Just slices the burns like, oh, holy crap! And he just catches Gaara in the Kyuubi hand. He's like, Gaara, and it's like, we got to do something. Wait, Kurama, can we maybe try to put some of your chakra in him? That's tricky, kid, but he was a Jinchuriki. while none of our chakras are exactly the same, there's enough similarities. It might work at least to stabilize them. And so Naruto was actually getting to work putting some of the Fox's chakra, his really positive chakra, in there to hit to help him recover. And Gaara gains a minor Fox cloak, but it's nothing even with a tail. Meanwhile, Kakashi is dealing with Deidara. It's like, crap. It's like this Jinchuriki is different than the rest of them. He was able to cut down my clay bird, no problem, and he's just trying to get away from Kakashi. He's like, it's a crap. It's tough as another bird. It's like, you're not going on Naruto. Can you stabilize Gaara? It's like, I've got this. Go, Kakashi-sensei. And Kakashi chases after him. Ultimately, this leads to Deidara still basically sacrificing himself to get out of Kakashi's way. Meanwhile, Naruto's trying everything he can to stabilize Gaara, and Kurama, who's more attuned to this, Naruto would be saying we can keep him going, but without my chakra in there, his life force is just, he doesn't have enough left. It's like, no, Gaara, come on. Meanwhile, Chiyo, Sakura, and Sasuke would be duking it out with Sasori. Chiyo, Sakura, Sasuke, because it's Sakura, Sasuke, Sasori. And so Sasuke is like showing off a lot here. He's throwing off a lot more lightning jutsu, particularly one that, could be very advantageous against, say, the iron release. Although to use Kirin at that point would not make a lot of sense because they're in an enclosed cave. Even blowing off the top of it, he'd still have to set up the jutsu. That, by the by, for anyone who's wondering, was the jutsu I was intending to give him during the Chunin exams, but I just felt like there was not enough time for him to learn that type of technique. And for anyone who thought that Kirin wouldn't do anything against Shikaku, I have no idea what you're talking about. Kirin might not beat Shikaku, but Kirin would seriously damage and hinder Shikaku. In fact, that would probably hurt any tail beast, period. Because that's just pure monstrous lightning coming down and hitting you. Regardless, Sasuke is able, with his Sharingan, to help allow him to avoid the poison, iron sand, needles, all that. Using lightning to displace the iron sand, they ultimately are able to take out Sasori just as before. And he does mention the contact that as he's dying, the contact that he was going to meet on the bridge, a former associate of Orochimaru. But since he's been dead, it was kind of a point. I was really wondering if I wanted to go or not. Do with that information as you will. Goodbye, Granny Chiyo. And so he dies. And the last but not least, Naruto, it's like, we can't keep doing this because this is only a temporary solution. And Chiyo's just like, let me do this. This is the least I can do. And she helps and restores Gaara, who, by the way, because he was a Jinchuriki and probably has excess Shikaku chakra, like little very big remnants, if you will. Naruto putting Fox chakra in there just to stabilize him probably means he's given him a pseudo Jinchuriki form. I think that's a reasonable thing to say for Gaara. And Gaara's already a powerhouse regardless, with or without Shikaku. Giving him another, like, a pseudo Jinchuriki form to use, just like a one-tail cloak, I think that'd be the most you give him, because that's what he had. I think is more than reasonable. I think it's very acceptable and logical, really. And so Chiyo passes away, and they say their goodbyes. All while Obito finds Deidara's ring, Tobi finds Deidara, and shenanigans will ensue. So that is the end of part 8. Join us next week for part 9. I imagine. It's a good question. Where do I think we're going to end on this? I imagine we're going at minimum 1, but probably at least 2 more parts. That's where I think we're going to end. We're going to be ending probably on part 10 for this one. Maybe 11, but that would be pushing it. I think 10 is the reasonable spot for us to end. But we'll find out. Until then, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys for the next one. Later.